Well, good afternoon and welcome to this week's weekend webcast, as we call these now, from your friends here at Martin, Lynch and Sons. Hello, I'm Jonathan, with you for Saturday, the 16th of January. Very good welcome along and hello and everybody. Got Maiden with us on the ground. It's the RSGB SSB or Club SSB contest this afternoon, so we're having a little bit listen and also giving a few points away as well. I think Gary's just walking over to the radio, I think, to turn it down. So that's ongoing. So we were listening to that in the background. We're not now. Few bits of information to bring you this week. We've got the. I hope my audio is okay. I'm trying to use an AirPod. I've no idea whether it's working or not. I thought I'd try and go wireless. I thought it might not be working. I can just reconnect to there. I think that might be working. I think it might be. Someone let me know. Someone tell me. Someone give me a signal report. That'd be lovely. Evening to Jimbo and to Rob as well. Good afternoon to you. A couple of bits of news to bring you this week that's been quite exciting out of Icom. Two big bits of information from Icom Japan in the last 7 days. First one is regarding a new repeater from Icom. They're bringing out a long-awaited replacement for their old D-Star repeaters. The new ones, so independent modules for VHF, UHF, and also 23 SEMS, as has been expected and as all previous has done. Audio's okay, but not as good as usual. Okay, I'll just speak up a bit. I'm having to charge my phone, so I'm having to use a wireless device of some description. Although I think my iPad may be trying to rob the AirPod. Let's just try and turn Bluetooth off on my iPad. Oh, let's see. Technology, eh? Isn't it fun? Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to be. I'll be honest with you, but I'll just speak up a bit. I'll speak up and just turn your volume up a little bit. So there is, I say, the new Icom repeaters on the way, and the nice thing about them is they're going to be dual mode. So they're going to do FM as well as D-Star. That's something that Icom haven't done before. So we're looking forward to seeing those at some point in the hopefully not so distant future. Gary's just showing me a massive. You've got the really big iPad, and I'm just massive on his screen. You didn't have to bring your television with you, Gary. There we go. The other bit of information that I know a lot of people have been very excited about is a new firmware on the way for the IT705 initially, and then the 7300 and the 9700 to follow. What's really nice for this, there's going to be a new mode for the Spectrum scope, which we're going to call, I think they're calling it scroll mode. I'm just bringing up the information on my iPad here. Which, from what I can gather from the very tiny bits of information that are out there, is that as you tune off the end of the scope, it will then scroll with you. So that's quite nice. Not something that the Icoms have done up to this point. They're now also including a one-touch FT8 mode preset. So they're not doing an FT8 mode as such on the, when you press the mode you're currently on and to select FT8, that's not what they're doing, but they're putting in the parameters and making it a built-in preset, so you can easily set the radios up in order to use FT8, which is a really nice inclusion. It's nice to see Icom acknowledge FT8 as a very good option and a mode that's very popular. So that's new bits of information out of Icom, which it's nice to see them doing ever more stuff with their radios, and in fact, it's nice to see them doing new firmware for things like 7300, which have been out for a few years. Let's do some afternoons. Afternoon to Rob, G5ROB. Afternoon to Bruce. Hope you're doing okay. And good afternoon to Paul as well. M7 OPM, who is in the chat. If you want to say hello in the chat, if you want to ask any questions in the chat, that is what we're here for. That's why we do these on a Saturday, and we do them live, so we can have that immediate interaction with yourselves. That's the whole idea. A couple of things you probably would have seen. Obviously, we did the nice backdrop. Yeah, thanks. We had this brings you on nicely. Thanks, Danny. You probably saw the video we did and we posted yesterday with the FTDX10 and the sorry, the IC7300, FTDX, and the IC7300. That's why we had the backdrop up. So I thought I'd just keep using it. So that's up and live. Loads of people have already watched that. So thank you if you already have and got any questions or comments on that. We will obviously be responding to them. That video has been hugely popular. So for good reason. To be fair, let's be honest, that's the comparison that everybody wanted to see. Gas says, being live, I can wind my colleagues up. Thank you. Cheers, Gary. Thanks. That's all good. We will also have a look around the used items. We've also got a lot of B stock stuff to look at this afternoon as well. John, our B stock guy, has. I don't know where he's found it all from, but I'm looking at a huge pile of it over on the other side of the show. We've moved out of the storeroom because we've got we've packed the afters now with new stock. We've just had to relocate the B stock items at the moment, so that's just in the corner of the showroom. So it's a whole load of stuff over there. So we'll look at that in a minute. I also want to find is we've also got one left in stock. Is this the last one? An FTM 3207. So if you want to do 70 SEMS, C4 FM, and FM, and you don't care about 2 meters, you just need something for UHF. That's a good option for you. 50 watts out on 70 SEMS, 124.95. So less than £125. You can have a 50 watt UHF mobile. Good in the shack, good in the car. 70 SEMS only. Let's just say a few more hellos. Hello to Andy. G7KNA, who's in the chat as well. Good afternoon to Ian, G7HFS. Good afternoon to Martin in Barnsley, way up north. Have you still got snow up there, Martin? Afternoon to George from Mauritius, 3B8FV. And good afternoon to the man himself, who's in there. And good afternoon to Barry as well. Hello, Barry. Nice to see you. So I'm gonna. This is a very awkward bit. I now have to go off camera in order to get the camera. So we have a quick look at the used shelves. I have to say, when we closed up the shop last night, the shelves were heaving, but a few items have gone overnight. There's a good number of items left that are worth having a look at. So let's have a look at what we've got on the used shelves. Then we'll do a few questions. If you want to put a few questions into the chat, please do. And then we'll have a look over the B stock items as well. So let's do the used. So I've got to go off camera in order to grab the camera. It really is a one-man operation on a Saturday. So apologies, because I know my camera work is nowhere near as good as Henry's, who normally does our video. So I do apologise in advance. And say a very big sorry in advance. Let's start over here. An IC735. Don't see very many of these days. It is nice, of course, to see you on with the plastic door. You see so many of these at rallies, or certainly when rallies happened, that were missing the plastic door, broken off, or got lost, or massive. I saw one that had a massive crack down the middle of it on one occasion at a rally. But this one is in very good condition. It's got a few marks just on that top bezel, but you know it's a radio. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a radio older than me. IC735399. If you want something to get yourself on HF, that's a really good option. As you can see, the top comes with the microphone, DC cable, and there is a manual there as well. And the matching, well, I suppose, the matching power supply as well. You could have for it the PS51S, £99. Good for any radio that's got that 6-pin round type connector, DC connector on the back of it. So it doesn't have to necessarily be an Icom radio. It will also work with things even as modern as things like the TS2000 or the FT857 would also work with it. £99 gets you a really nice, solid, linear, heavy Icom power supply. 30 amp, it'll be 30 amp peak, 25 amp continuous, that one. Good on here, an FT736R. This one, it has the 6 meter module. So not only is it 270, but also it's got 6 meters as well. It's in a pretty good condition. I'm fairly happy with that. There's a tiny couple of marks just on that top bezel, which may be a little bit difficult to see on camera, but it's obviously working as it should. Yours just 449. So if you want something to have a play on, potentially maybe some of the UKACs, that'd be a really good option for you. Less than £450, supplied with mic and mains cable on that, and also the manual. let's have a look at something a little bit more modern. We've done some old stuff. Let's do a modern thing. An FT991A. This one is at 1049, boxed with obviously mic manual and DC cable. A couple of minor marks just on top. You see a little mark just there, and there's also a tiny sort of scratch just there. But front panel, that's the bit you care about. That's absolutely fine. Obviously, fully tested by our workshop. Comes with our standard 3-month used warranty. Yours for just 1049. Save yourself, you're saving yourself best part of £200 off what you pay for one brand new on that one. What else can I show you? We've got a Tokyo High Power, 50 watt HF and 6 meter power amplifier for 349. These are really popular amps. These are really sought after amplifiers. If you've got an IC705 or if you've got an FT817 or 818, this should be a higher contender for you to buy. Tokyo High Power, of course, they're renowned for their amplifiers, and this one no different at all. It has got the box. It does have obviously it's a captive DC lead on these. Runs off 12 volts. Give yourself 50 watts out. Good if you go sort of portable and you want a small little amplifier to well, if you've got an 817, you've got 10 dB advantage there. If you've got a 705, you could run that just with internal battery and have a 10 dB advantage, or someone wear that out for me. 10 watts to 50 watts. What's that in dB? My brain's not working. But yeah, that's a very nice amplifier. 349, a really good price for one of those as well. What else can I show you? FTDX 1200, just set up on the shelf there. In a really lovely condition, that one. Again, boxed with everything you'd expect, mic manual and DC cable, for just 799. It's that type of radio. The 1200 is, it's that sort of, we call the 3000 the baby 5000. Well, the 1200 is kind of the baby 3000 in a way, but it's the same physical size. It's that radio that built to very much a budget, if you want. It's built to fit into that sort of, I don't want to say entry point. That's not the right phrasing, but it's certainly at the cheaper end of what you can buy. Put it that way. But performance-wise, it's absolutely brilliant, and in fact, it feels like a proper base station. It unlike things like the I suppose FT450, and I don't want to down talk the FT450, but it's that big sort of presence of a base station that you want, the FTDX 1200. So a good price at 799. Now, talking about 3000. Here's a 3000. The baby 5000. They've taken one of the receivers out of the I suppose previous flagship now with the 101 out, but the FTDX 5000. Put one of the receivers inside of this and scaled it all down a little bit. The same size chassis as the 1200. You can see the 1200 there and the 3000 next to it. But again, you've got a better receiver. You've got the scope and the CWD code as standard here. It really is a lovely radio, and that one 1099. Again, you're saving yourself £200-300 off what you would brand new. The second 3000 as well. Both of them in very good condition. I'll just try and show you the tops of them. There we go. Let's have a look at what else we've got here. IC703. Of course, 10 watts, HF and 6 meters with the built-in ATU, 699. We've got a pair of FT818s at the moment. I believe neither one of these is all that old. Both boxed, both complete with things, everything you expect: the strap, the antenna, the battery case, the charger, DC cable, microphone. What else I missed? Must have missed something. But both of them have both got that. They're both at 499, and you're going to save yourself £100 off what you pay brand new for one. And that's again a good price. So, save yourself £100. Maybe put that towards something like a Z817 tuner or an antenna system. £100 will get you a lot of the way towards something like a super antenna if you want to go out portable, when we're allowed to again, obviously. So that will be a really nice buy with an 818. Of course, the nice thing of an 818 over the 817 is the fact it has that high stability TCXO as standard. There's always an option on the 817. IC7000 699. Still got the screen protector on the screen that has been applied by its previous owner. So that screen underneath that is absolutely fine. Of course, it's the 100 watt on HF and 6 meter. It's also got VHF, UHF on it as well, and that nice colour screen. So that's always a really nice radio. Good portable, good mobile, good in the shack as well. Talking about an FT450 earlier on, there it is one. FT450D. Of course, it's that entry point, but in terms of performance, it's really not. I had one of these for many years. Yours for just £599, boxed with mic manual and DC cable. What else can I show you? We'll go over here. We've got an IC7610 at 2499 to 2.5. Save yourself £500 over what you would brand new for one of these. And a fantastic edition, is boxed with everything you'd expect. Again, obviously, I think Martin and I say box, book, and packing, but I'll go with mic manual and DC cable. So 2499. If you've got something like a 7300 and want to up your HF game, it's not just two 7300s in a box. It is physically better. It is a better receiver. It's a better A to D converter, and you've got two of them in the box. A couple of 590s here. One's an S, one's an SG. The 590S 799, and the 590 SG with the protective film still over the screen at 1099. Talking more specifically about the 590 SG, I don't believe that one's all that very old at all. Only purchased, I believe, I'd have to double check the system, but I believe it was only purchased all the midpoint of last year. And hopefully, seeing a message from Gary. Not entirely sure what BG had. I've not read the comments. Someone just flashed up, and I saw something about BG head. That's not good. But yeah, 590 SG boxed with mic manager's cable. So I believe it was purchased sort of the midpoint of last year, brand new. So not all that old. And I'm fairly sure I'm right in saying, but do check the web for details on this one. I'm fairly sure it has got the VGS1 voice guidance unit and also voice storage unit installed as well. If you want to do voice keying, you'll need that installed, and this one does have one installed. I'm about 99% sure on that one. TS2000E, if you want to have HF, UHF, UHF in one box and do satellite mode as well. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. That's in stock now, available. It's $799, good price, and obviously you can do a lot with a TS2000 now. There, still a much loved radio. This one got a couple of spots there. Oh no, that's just a little bit of dirt on top of it. There we go. Rub that off. There we go. Absolutely fine. No marks on that at all. There we go. Thanks, Martin, for confirming that. Yeah, I believe it. I thought it did. Anyway, $799 for that TS2000. Also over here in the corner, I've got an ELAD. That's nice to see. ELAD FTM0749. Again, boxed with mic manual and DC cable and everything you'd expect. If you want 5 watts out, and it's a proper fully featured SDR. It's not compromised in any way. You can use it from the front panel, standalone, but when you plug it into a computer and you run it up with the software, that's when it really shines. I say 749 with everything you could need to get it going. Got a Phonema Miranda speaker. This is designed to match up perfectly with the Yellowcraft K3 line, so K3 and K3S. Now this one is priced up very competitively at £79, and the reason for that is there's a slight dent just on that cone. You can see there. Our engineers have had a go at it, but it sounds absolutely fine. Doesn't affect it in any way, but it is just there. That's right. Let's have a look at some of the B stock stuff, though, because John's been filling up some shelves with some B stock stuff. Got a 991A. I'm not going to go through any prices. All the prices for B stock can be found online. And if you didn't realise, there's part of the website dedicated to B stock, much in the same way there is for used, but there is for B stock as well. So if you don't find anything in the used list that tickles your fancy, have a look at the B stock list as well. There is a link to it from the used page, and often there's a good saving to be had. B stock as well. And what does B stock mean? Well, it's something that we've either sent out to a customer or we've opened up in the showroom to show a customer. And for whatever reason, customer has decided it's not for them, and they've returned to us within the returns period. That's obviously been fully tested over by our workshop to confirm that it's absolutely as it should be, and it's supplied with the brand new warranty. So, for instance, in this case of the 991A, you're going to save yourself a few pennies, but also be supplied with the full 3-year Yaesu warranty. So that's the idea of B stock. It's that It's that saving over buying one that's never been out of the box, but also you're going to get the advantage of that new one because it is new stock essentially. It is new. It's just for whatever reason it's been out of the box, and that's what we call it. Other retailers may call it open box. We call it B stock. That's the difference. So in the used list, in the B stock at the moment, FT991A, you've got an LDG YT100. Got the mobile mounting bracket ICM B5, FTM 7250. That box looks like it's. I think I might know why that one's B stock. Got a Linko DM330FX. Again, I'm thinking I might know why that one's B stock as well. Mat 30. If you've not come across the Mat tuners before, do have a look at them. The Mat 40, my personal favourite at the moment, the external remote tuner that works with pretty much any radio out there on the market. But Mat 30, let's have a quick look at this one. There you go. Let's have a quick look. So, as it should be, everything in there. The cable doesn't look like it's been touched really. But there's the unit itself, as it should be. Again, supplied with the full manufacturer's warranty. It is new stock essentially. It's nothing else. TYT TH9800. Again, I'm getting a sense why that one might be B stock as well. We've also got, this is the big pile that I was referring to earlier on of B stock. So what have we got here that's of note? IC7300, that's very nice. IC9700, you could buy the pair. I'm sure we'd do you a deal. If you give John a call, John. It's like John's baby B stock. He takes great pride in it. We've got a YT1200 from LDG, an MFJ 901B, FTM 400 if you want to get on FM and C4 FM on 270 with that nice large display, GPS built in C4 APRS, I meant to say. Yeah, so it is, again, saving over what you pay for a completely unopened box, but it has just been out of the box. ProSet Elite, if you want to get on to Elite IC, so go for Icom, supplied with the interface cable. Save yourself over on you. Again, they've gone to a customer site, it's not for them, and it's come back. An SM30 microphone, there's a TYT, probably be an MD-UV380, I'm imagining. Yeah, MD-UV380. So we want to get onto D-Star. I think I saw a message about used DMR stock earlier. Sorry, DMR, not D-Star. Used DMR earlier, but not used, but B stock DMR. Also, DMR, an Anytone 878UV, not plus, not the one Bluetooth, so the one without Bluetooth, but good for analog APRS. What else have we got? There's so much good stuff here. TMD 710 GE. That's very nice. I wouldn't mind having that myself, to be honest with you. That's they work fantastic. Wuxun Pro Pack, an SP41. If you've got a 7610, want the matching speaker, that's great. Got the 6G combo, the RF Explorer. If you want to have a look at what's happening around you in terms of RF, that's a really good option. Mini VNA Tiny, if you want to be playing around with antennas and see what sort of, you could maybe feel good for antenna building. That's a really good option for you. Again, save yourself over what you pay brand new. GSV 3000 from Diamond, the big heavy linear power supply that for many years Yaesu sold and rebadged. The Diamond are the people who actually made it. And then at the back, got an Alex loop as well. If you've got a 705, 818, or any other portable radio, and you want to go out and about, Alex loop is a really good option. The list goes on. The full list is available on the website. So if you click through to the use page, you'll see what's actually used. But there is a link from the use page to the B stock page where you'll find all of these goodies. Of course, if there's anything there you see, do give us a call. 0345 2300 John is stood by the phone right now, ready to take your call on B stock. I've just seen down there. I've just seen an 8600. That's good. If you've got an amplifier, maybe, or you've got something like a 101 MP or TS990 with a couple hundred watts substitution, you want to give yourself that headroom, or if you've got a legal output amplifier, maybe you've got an old valve amp that only produces sort of 400 watts, 8600 tuner, absolutely perfect for that. Also got a few RT4s there as well. Right, let's go back over here. I'm going to set the camera back up as it was, and then and then I'll answer a few questions. So I'm just going to pop that there. I do apologise for my really shoddy camera work. I'm much more comfortable being this side of the camera than I am being that side of the camera. I don't understand. I don't understand what an f-stop is. I've no idea. Not a clue. It's all completely above my head, above my pay grade as well. Right. Let's have a look through some of the comments. And I saw Martin and Gary answer a few. Let's have a look. See. I think Gary was mentioning the contest. Yeah, there is the RSGB SSB. Is it club contest? I'm not sure which one it is this afternoon, but we were giving a few points away earlier on. Afternoon to Terry, Truder IPK, who took his intermediate with us. That's very good. Alan M6WHH said he had a couple of stations in the contest, but it didn't work anybody. Let's have a look. See, yeah, it was Marco who was asking about second-hand DMR. Yeah, so hopefully, yeah, no second-hand DMR, but hopefully they a couple of B stock items of use for you. Afternoon to Ian. Oh, that's where the comment about G heads came in. Nice. I understand now. Afternoon to Roach about the 7610, and yes, it's yeah, 100 watts on RTTY. Jonathan, any way of loop antennas? Well, the Alex loop we just mentioned. That's good. A good option. Let's have a look. See, someone who identifies himself as R. Would the shop be interested in a working FL1200B? Looks like Martin's come back to you as well. Let's have a look. See, base mic for a 450D. Well, I think there was some comments there about the MD100, which it is a shame that that's no longer available. The M100 is a very good option. Will work absolutely brilliantly. That's what we were using earlier on when we gave a few points away in the contest. But yeah, M100, MD100. If you want to go options away from Yaesu, go for one of the Hiles. You go for if you go headset Pro 6 or a few other bits and pieces. So we'll find something for you. Give us a call 0345 2300 599. Let's have a look. See what else. How much for 9700? Ian, give us a call. Drop us a line. And speak to John, our big stock guy. He'll be more than happy to give you a price. Afternoon to Andy, M0CFM. Let's have a look. See, Bruce. Has it been confirmed that the Kenwood decentral production itself? I assume parts and repairs will be available for time to come. It's an interesting question, Bruce. As far as we're aware, they're still in the pipeline. In terms of repair and service, yeah, obviously they're still going to be parts still available for a long time to come. Any news about the Jonathan Fan Club merchandise? No. There you go. That's a simple answer. Simple answer for that one. And Paul commented that the MD100s are like rocking horse manure. They are quite hard to get hold of now. Particularly on. I mean, I don't think we've seen a used MD100 for a little while. We did have a B stock one until earlier on today, so that one's gone out the door as well. I'm sure that we will see them again. We will see them at some point in the used section. Just keep your eyes on the website hamradio.co.uk/used, and of course we'll keep that up to date. Afternoon to Paul as well. Hello to you, and good afternoon to Henny as well in there. I think we may be all caught up on that. Right. Any further questions? I'm going to try and keep this one a little bit short. I understand that some people may want to go off and work a few stations in the contest this afternoon. I think it's on until 4 or 5 o'clock, I believe. I think it's 1 till 5. If I'm wrong, someone will correct me, I am sure. Steve was asking, did he say FT100? Did I say FT100? I meant MD100. If I said FT100, I do apologise. I meant MD100, the micro. You couldn't use an FT100 as a microphone for an FT450. That just wouldn't work. Here we go. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Of course, if you didn't catch this live and you've been watching this as the pre-recording and the subsequent up on YouTube, then of course you can leave a message in the comments below, and we will come back to you. Let's have a look. See, hang on. Afternoon, Andy. Hi, Jonathan. Just out of the attic after feeding RG58 into her. Just experimenting. Not quite brave enough to get on the chimney. Oh well, that's definitely something needs to be done at some point. Maybe this weekend is not the weekend for it, but yeah, of course. We've got a few guys coming in. Afternoon to Carrot Cruncher. Rick has said ID52. Yeah. The latest update from the factory is that for reasons beyond their control, there is a delay in international shipments of the ID52. We're watching this space at the moment. Unfortunately, we don't have a confirmed date, but we're led to believe sort of within the next couple of months or so. But as soon as we know, we'll let you know, and we will put on the website as well. If you search for ID52 on the website, you'll find the page for it. So as soon as we know we're not going to keep that information to ourselves. I promise. Afternoon from Turkey. Hello to Turkey. There we go. TA5 LHI. Can I get DXCC just with viewers on? Maybe not. Okay. Let's have a look. See. There was a question there. Yeah, Rob says, Jonathan, in your opinion, what's the best multi-band vertical? Got a couple of options. So you can go. I mean, our most popular HF vertical is the 6B due in stock sort of in about a month or so. They are a really good antenna. Don't let anybody else tell you they're not. What you have to do with the 6B is keep it low to the ground. If you can get a full radial system out for them, that would be excellent. And if you can't, earth rod stuck in the ground next to it, or maybe even two, that would also work brilliantly as well. Afternoon to Chris, G1 JXS. I was speaking to Chris on the phone earlier on today. So there we go. R says 6BTV vertical or end-fed halfway for DX in your opinion. Okay, so now you're going to be talking about the advantages. Let's sort of take that question out broader and talk about whether you're going vertical or horizontally polarized, because there is the difference. So a horizontal antenna, if you can mount it high enough, will be brilliant. And that magic figure is about a quarter wavelength above the ground. So if you can get your end-fed half wave up that high, or at least try and get part of it up that high. With an end-fed half wave, it's only the middle bit you want as high as possible. But as long as you can get that height with the horizontal, great. With an end-fed half wave as well, of course, you can run it as an inverted L. That gives you kind of the best of both worlds. Gives you a bit of vertical, a bit of horizontal. A vertical antenna, by its very nature, has that low angle of radiation, which is what you want for working DX. You want something that's going to give you that low angle of DX, low angle of radiation, or bounce off the ionosphere to come back down a bit further around. Unfortunately, with horizontal antennas, and this is something that a lot of people do when they start off, and certainly my antennas at home are nowhere near high enough. But when you bring a horizontal antenna down, it becomes brilliant for NVIS, which is absolutely pants for DX. So most of your radiation is going to be going straight up and either passing straight through the ionosphere or bouncing straight back down somewhere not that far away. That's a bit of antenna theory that were you asking for that? Were you asking for the antenna theory? Yeah, back to your original question. In theory, if you can get the height, it won't matter. If you can't get the height, go for a vertical. There we go. That's bringing it back there. Let's have a look, see what else we've got. Just a quick question. 2 meters, 70 sems installed in the attic. Any performance drops or tips other than installing outside? Get outside. Get outside, get as much height as possible. With VHF, UHF, height is important. Height is the key. That's the thing. And it's all line of sight. That's what you've got to consider. So if you can get it outside, if you can get it as high as possible, that will be the best way to do it. If you're stuck to inside the attic, try and pick a point in the attic where there's nothing around it. If you can get it, maybe right in the midpoint of the attic where there's as little around it as possible. That's going to do your best. But yeah, if you can get it outside, get it outside. Let's have a look. See. Yeah, Gary backing me up. That's might be use the best cable and keep it away from metalwork. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. What else is here? My end fed halfway is from Jimbo. My end fed halfway, but it's a random wiggly wire about 3 meters above the ground, balanced on some good bamboo poles. Gets me around the world pretty fine. It will do. I'll be honest with you. At the moment, the band conditions are on the up, which is always a good thing. Um, it's definitely any antenna is better than no antenna. That's always the key thing. Any antenna better than no antenna. So if you can get as high up as possible, that's always good. So absolutely fine. Andy is asking more Gas Labs vids, please, buddy. Hang on, much. Hang on, Gary, come here. His presence is required. What else have we got? Afternoon to Peter from Bridlington. Hello to you. Question about 4-meter settings and quick memory bank on the DX10. I'm sure Gary will come back to you on that one. This is from Ben. Good afternoon. Just want to say how pleased I am with the quad band Wuxun KG UV 980 PL that I ordered from you last week. I don't know if the program cable in stock yet. I don't believe they've arrived, but we will, of course. If you've ordered one and there's one on back order for you, we will ship it out as soon as it arrives. Afternoon to Ben, and a different Ben, 2E0 OMR. Afternoon to you. I wonder if Gary is coming over this way. No, he's not. He's sat down. He's being a bit of. He's sat down there. And he's saying maybe I could have guest appear on Gas Labs. Gas Labs is. I wouldn't want to have my face all over his thing at all. That wouldn't be right at all. It's his own thing. It's his own personal project. That's how it should be. Right. I think. Apparently, Martin has a plan for both of us. I'm not sure whether that's true or not. I've no idea. No idea. Steve says, thanks for my Anytone 80778 UV. Great radio. Manual does need a little work. So, okay, Steve, we'll see pass that back on to Anytone. They're quite willing to receive feedback like that. So I'll certainly pass that back on to Anytone, and so we can hopefully improve that for the future. Gary says it's true. I haven't been told about any plans. I was told that my presenting style is quite like Crime Watch. I'm not entirely sure if that was a compliment or not. Maybe I was just meant. Maybe they said I was just designed on or meant for Crime Watch. Not entirely sure. Says, can we see the office? The beating heart of the operation. I went to all this trouble to put a banner up. I literally did that. Right, John just sent me a WhatsApp message from the other end of the showroom about the 7610. We have got a B stock IC 7610 as well, which is not amongst the pile, but it is on the £100 off what you buy, what you pay brand new for one. So that's also worth a good option. And we can see the beating heart of the operation next week. There we go. That's a good. And Angie's asking for a grand tour. We could do. It's been a long time since we've done a tour of the buildings. Maybe Martin, that's one for you, I think. Right, I am going to finish there. It's we've been on for 40 minutes, and that is far too long to be watching my face on a Saturday afternoon. So I will finish up there. Thank you very much for watching. I say if you've been joining us live, absolutely brilliant. Thanks very much for if you saw this on sort of the catch up and on the video on YouTube, if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, click that little bell notification, and that way you'll get a notification when we go live. We go live every Saturday afternoon about this time. Next week it will be myself again and possibly Martin, as it turns out. So we'll see you next week. Of course, look out for another something for the weekend video coming Friday. Not quite sure what it's going to be on yet, but we will certainly find out. Thanks very much indeed, and have a very nice rest of your weekend. And no doubt we'll talk to you soon. Ta-ra for now.